Hi guys, welcome back to the new series, World Beyond, for The Walking Dead, where I have finished the opening pilot episode, and where we were seeing has just gone to shit, and the small group of children are heading out into the Walking Dead world, unarmed, more or less, not properly armed, with an 1100-mile journey in front of them to go and find out what happened to their father. And this should be interesting. I want to see what happens with this, because we've seen fully grown humans in this world succumb to death by the slightest thing, both from the dead and from the living, at any point. They've headed out with minimal provisions, but I suppose you can find more on the way. You can only carry so much, so that's fair enough. But it appears as though this Felix guy is not far behind them. That's pretty much all I've picked up so far, so we're just going to carry on. This is episode 2.
To eliminate the threat, you go straight for the brain.
Iris! Let us help!
This is not going well.
You can't get to the brain? That's okay. The last thing that you want to do
is run like hell.
Is tire yourself out.
Iris, we're not ready! You're not ready!
No, none of you are. If you were ready, it'd be dead already.
Iris!
Oh, perfect. Oh well, she's dead.
You should be scared every single time that you are outside those walls.
Yeah, you should. That was a mitigated disaster. And that's 1.
I'm sorry.
I want to enjoy this show. I just hope I don't end up having to completely rip it apart, take the piss out of it, because there's a bunch of children that are meant to be fighting their way through this barren wasteland. We shall see. Things may improve.
It's not like him. That man does not take risks.
Neither do we. Look at us now. He loves his girls.
Yeah, but now
we
you're
love
taking
him.
risks to try
And I love you, idiot.
help them
That's why
not
I'm
die.
here. Dad, and Hope's a good kid.
I mean, he was risking the whole alliance by sending those.
It's good chicory.
I mean, say what you will about them not telling anyone where they are, but also not allowing any sort of communication in or out. I mean, that means that they enforce that from inside.
We'll catch him. The second they catch sight of it, they'll be glad they still have a home to go back to.
Well, actually...
Hey, Dad. Finally got my check for all the overtime.
Job website you wanted me to try. Found these emails. Are you a faggot?
Excellent.
Dad, things have been hard for you. You're not seeing this right. We can talk about
Get out of my house. Right now. And don't come back.
Dad, I'm your
Some
son.
men,
No,
some
you're not.
fathers...
Yeah, I am.
You're not.
They
I'm your
can't
son,
handle it.
goddammit. I've been paying your bills. I've been holding you together, and you're gonna have to live with that.
It's still your son. How you live your life is your choice. Is that not why you brought children
You need
into the
that.
world in the first place?
Given the human race is 600,000 and factoring in other miscellaneous variables, say we have about 15 years till we're gone.
Well,
years,
you're
huh?
wrong.
I'd have given it way less, but that's just me.
It's the blaze.
The blade? Assuming that's a wall of fire.
Real. The blaze of Gory.
It's just a fire, though.
No, it's much more than that. The smoke plume and the firelight after dark have been attracting empties to it for years and years.
Why risk it? Let's just go around.
We go around, the river cuts us off. We go 60 miles out of the way.
Well, what's another 60 on the top of
We
1100?
should at least see if it's doable.
Okay. Let's see what we see.
I really feel like they should have tried to at least try and avoid a stereotypical group of teenagers here, but they seem to have landed on it perfectly. This should be interesting though, because they're going to have to learn on the fly. They're going to have to learn just by trying here.
I swear to God, Hope is going to be composting mulch for a year when I find her.
You okay?
Yep.
No, he's just massively pissed he's got to go chasing them. It does seem quite desolate, but they're not that far out from home yet, so...
I can continue Dr. Bavelar's migration experiments while on our journey. Track how the empties move, merge, and break off from each other.
You hear that?
So...
He hit it! Use the wrench!
Oh, God. I'm cringing at their incapacity to do what Carl learned to do at half of their age. Well, I can hear one. At least. Oh, it's him. He's followed you.
Found us?
Yeah. Incoming.
Sorry. I should have killed it before.
Yeah, you should.
It's okay. Empties are supposed to get distracted pretty easy. If it's still around in the morning, we'll deal with it then.
Divine. Climb down. Kill it, please. One of you accomplished something.
Come on.
Yeah, you see, backing off is not the way. Oh, come on, girl. Oh, Jesus Christ, you just watched this happen earlier. So still, 0 kills amongst them so far.
Thank you.
Let's not forget, they are kids, and the kids that have not had to deal with it. I still feel like they're not really, truly seeing the imminent danger that they're in here.
What's up, Felix?
Nothing. I just used to live around here.
Think they'd do a better job of covering up the tracks then.
I think they would, huh?
The log. This wall of fire, apparently. Ah, there you go. So, she needed binoculars to see that, but you took a picture with a camera with a crappy little lens on it and still saw it.
And what I found was crazy.
Fuck off.
Map says there's an airfield on the other side. It's surrounded by a fence, which means the empties coming from the east have to go around it.
It's all about evasion. It's like what Felix taught us in self-defense class last spring. The key isn't fighting, it's avoiding.
We've had 2 close encounters with the empties already, and we barely made it past them.
Yeah.
2 of them.
Correct. She's right.
Come on, guys. Let's put our brains back in.
Yeah, useless. Basically.
I came out here to see what the world is. Start to finish. I don't intend to finish before I start. Blaze of glory, right, guys?
It'll be dark soon. If we leave at dawn,
I love the optimism of
we'll have more cover.
youth.
I get it. You're worried for her. But if you don't clear your head, start thinking big picture, you'll end up one of these. Or worse. So you're not gonna sleep and you're not gonna tell me what's up. Great.
I was at the university the night the sky fell. As soon as it started to get bad, I just took off. Get back to my family. I just wanted to see if they were okay. It took 2 days. Mostly by foot.
You make it back?
Probably too late.
Mom! Dad! Mom! Dad! Just let me help you get somewhere safe! We don't need your help. Come on, Mom! I'm home!
Yeah, your dad's a giant prick.
It doesn't matter.
Not now.
Past the past, right?
Yeah, it is.
I've got to admit, in case you're wondering, why I'm so quiet. There's not an awful lot to commentate on right now. There's not a lot happening.
Does it bother you that we're gonna end up like the dinosaurs?
Does it bother you?
I think I always knew it was gonna go that way.
So what actually is this place? Is it a depot? Is it military? Is it a school? What is still smoking away after all this time? I mean, we don't know. They could have used napalm. We don't know what they've used, but it's still smoking away after all this time. It could have just been all of them being on fire.
Knowing where you are going is everything.
Knowing your exits. Knowing your path.
If you know what time it is, you got a compass in the sky. You're flying blind.
And it is now masked here. Why isn't a single one of them hearing or seeing them? You're gonna lose your parents in there. Can't see shit.
This isn't about standing your ground. This is about survival.
They're surrounding you. Oh, God. That ain't gonna hold.
We did it.
They're right fucking behind you.
We made it.
Tires.
We didn't do it. Not even close.
They got themselves a nickname.
She wants us to find them.
Yeah.
Iris or Hope.
Yeah, no, she does. Gonna have a few things to say about this at the end that you're probably not gonna like. Why? Why put yourself through it?
Mom, Dad!
He didn't care.
The airfield must be behind the rest of the blaze.
I should have known there'd be a rest of the blaze.
It's behind the smoke, right? None of us saw it.
There's no smoke
I'm
without
going to propose
fire.
something unpopular, but it might be the only something we have. Well, the idea is that whoever sounds the siren will be able to get down too. It's bait, yeah, but I don't want to.
It's too
at all,
dangerous
okay?
for the bait. We all came in, we all come out. I wanted to be brave.
Yeah, you're not doing a good job.
I wanted to be more like you.
Let's get some rest. We'll do better with fresh heads.
I was going to say there should be at least one of you keeping watch, but she's actually a lot more frightened that she's letting on. That's why she left that message. Taking it upon herself, I'm assuming. Yeah. Could be the last we see of her. Alright guys, episode 2. You know, if you're used to watching my channel, or you're a patron, you are well aware that I will give it you straight. If there's something that I'm not happy about. I've been told that the end of this series and the information that's provided and what happens is worth watching, but it's a bit of a slog to get there. That's what I've heard from several people. You've got to push through this, which we will do. I've started it, so I will finish. Only because it's not tens of seasons long. But so far, it's not grabbing me at all. I don't care about any of them. I don't know any of their names. There's a lot of... a couple of the flashbacks are relatively interesting, but this reminiscing and everything, I'm like, they've been growing up from being small kids for the last 10 years, but you're showing us them reminiscing now. I'm not bothered. Get over it. It's been 10 years. The dialogue and just the slow burn of it is that there's not an awful lot going on. I understand they're trying to get us interested in a new group of people here, but I'm not grabbing it. I'm not on board with it right now. The only person I really like, to be honest, is the girl with the black hair, whose name I don't know, who is right by telling her sister, you thought I was brave, I was just defiant because I hate this world and I don't care about anything in it. And this Felix guy is busy trying to catch up with her, and she's kind of leaving breadcrumbs now, because from what it's already shown just in this second episode, they can't cope with this. They are worse than useless. And I didn't expect there to be fire behind the smoke. You learn, even as a child, there's no smoke without fire. Why would you have thought it was just smoke? She's gone off to pretty much sound the siren, as he suggested. It's a little bit boring. It is a bit boring. I'm so used to The Walking Dead being gritty, gruesome, violent, action-packed, interesting, intertwined stories, and we're watching a group of kids here thinking that they can cope with this outside world, knowing full well we as adults, we know that they can't. They've already proven that point. So we're going to keep pushing on through it. I'm sure it will get better, but as it stands right now, it's a bit of a snooze fest. I've got to admit. You want the truth? There it is. By all means, post your comments down below. Rip me apart if you want, if you're somebody that loves this series. But I will always tell you how I'm feeling. And you can tell, usually, in my mannerisms and my commentary and everything as to whether I'm really in this and I'm in the storyline. And so far, any one of them could get killed now. Don't care. Don't care. We'll push on. We'll keep going. There's only 2 seasons and there's 10 episodes each. So I want to know what this extra information is and what we need to learn from this series, and indeed what it adds to the Walking Dead universe. But I will never be happy at the fact that they've decided to call these things empties. We've had all sorts of different names from different groups throughout this show, throughout this different series, but empties is just ridiculous. I wish I could give you better news. I wish I could say I'm loving it, but we stand right now, I'm not. Oh well, see you for episode 3 next week, and we'll see where we go and whether we pick the pace up a little bit and we don't draw the minimal dialogue out so much. There was a lot of long pauses in that and a lot of thinking back and reminiscing and when I say reminiscing, I'm not necessarily meaning good things, I'm meaning the bad things as well. But the mother have had these going through their mind for the God knows how many years. Same with Felix, I understand it's shown us what's happened with him and his father, but his is prevalent because he's right at the area where his house is. They were left there and he's gone back to take care of it. So of course he's remembering back. I don't know. The one thing this has not got so far, which the other series has always had, just to make a bit of a laugh of itself, is there's a little bit of comic moments, a little bit of uplift, a little, you know, we're in dire circumstances, all you can do is laugh or cry. This doesn't have that. There's no lightheartedness, and I feel like you have to have that, and it just hasn't got it yet. Or whether they're feeling the ground themselves with the characters, because obviously on any new show with a new bunch of characters, whether it's child actors or whether it's adults, they are learning their own character base as well, and the further in you get, the more that character develops. So initially people can feel a little two-dimensional. We'll see how it goes. Either way, if you do want to watch any of these in full length, they are available over Patreon. Check the link in the description as always. You can head over there, and I would appreciate a sub to the channel if you haven't already, guys. And we'll see you for episode 3 next week. Until then, thanks for watching. Hope you don't mind my little bit of bitching and moaning, but I'd rather give you guys the truth. See you for the next one.